Are you ready to become yourself? For years, dozens of people from all walks of life have turned to this one man, Leslie Tanner, desperate for the tools to reshape their life in our raised, godless world. Utilizing a unique blend of good-natured humor and brass tacks education, his innovative approach has helped innumerable people reach new levels of consciousness and personal power. Leslie Tanner, a controversial but selfless and massively influential figure, defies categorization. Since he and his life-changing program rose to fame, the expert class has desperately attacked him as a clown, snake oil salesman, or predator, attempting to silence him precisely because he is so effective at helping others become happier and more powerful in their own lives. From the most challenged, the mentally ill, handicapped, women, and mentally retarded, to the most successful athletes, entertainers, business owners, medical doctors. Regardless of your station, Leslie Tanner has committed his life to giving you the tools you need to transform your life. So, are you tired of being in near constant emotional and physical pain? If you could snap your fingers and have $1 million, would you do it? Is there a you buried deep inside whose power and will yearn to be expressed?
It's a whole life-changing program.
If they get half of what I got out of this program, they're going to have a much happier life.
It was fun. I really loved doing the program. I loved learning about myself. It was just amazing.
So if you have an interest in transforming your life once and for all, come along. I have so much to show you. In a moment, you'll have the opportunity to call the number you'll see on the screen and speak to me, Leslie Tanner, directly. Together, we'll tackle the most critical issues related to unlocking your true individual power and reaching your fullest potential. Let today be the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to Explorations. My explorers, welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie Tanner, host of Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the country. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a doozy for you. One of the top complaints you could say that I get from a vast array of people is, Leslie, I'm excited to get into the next level, but exactly how do I get the energy to do that? I'm so tired. Well, tonight, we're taking that head on. Tonight on Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Good evening, my explorers. How are you all doing? Namaste. It's me, Leslie Tanner, host of Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the country, bar none. A program that every single day we turn on the screen, every single time we meet up, we are committing ourselves to unlocking and unleashing the power within. A power that you have vaguely sensed that you possess all along. From the very beginning, from day one, you know that you've got it. Well, let's let it out here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Now, it's not coming from any external thing, right? It's not coming from doing push-ups. It's not coming from making sure we get that promotion. Ladies and gentlemen, the one thing that has been holding you back from the power of the next level that we speak about so frequently here at Explorations is fear. Your fear. Fear of becoming exactly what you are, fear of becoming exactly what you are, and therefore tapping into the power of the next level, a power so ancient, so natural, so organic that it is terrifying, much like the way sex smells. For instance, this is an example that I use a lot with the people that I work with. This is a quick communal vision, very exciting. Thanks so much. Nindy knew I used to not have any energy, but then I watched the program. Now I feel like I could literally beat up a black bear. Very interesting way to put that. Very interesting way to put that. Let's go ahead and hit a little reset. Let's go ahead and hit a little reset, huh? Hit a little reset. Hit a little reset. Hit a little reset. Namaste. There we go. Beautiful. Wonderful. Love to see that. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Nindy New saying, I'm ready to beat up a black bear. I got so much energy from the program. And listen, that's just, let's keep in mind that that's coming from somebody who has been here for a long time. Nindy New has been here for a long time, putting the program to work both in their life and at work, at home, and every other factor of their life. And he's seen the program work, seen the energy that he's put in come back to him exponentially. And that is what I absolutely guarantee you, every single one of you watching tonight. You might think, oh, I've tried everything, Leslie. I don't know if this is going to work for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot be clearer. I mean, every single, yep. How bad is it? Lagging like the audio and video? The video is in front of the audio, or? How bad is the choppiness right now? Is it only when I move? Is it movement related? Is it because I'm not moving? Oh, so the frame rate is such shit. Well, we're gonna have to write it out a little bit and see what happens.
Over should be a misdemeanor if you're on CBD.
Thank you so much, Nini. See, if we didn't turn this piece of shit stream on, we wouldn't get stuff like that on the screen. And how much were you just enriched by what you saw on the screen? Namaste. Blessings and namaste to you. Blessings and namaste. So Little Miss Whatever with a little communal vision. What's going on with your hair? What do you mean what's going on? This is my hair. I don't really know what you're talking about. Pretty much always looks like this. Oh my goodness gracious. Speaking of which, guys, let's get a nice little you-know-what going. All aboard, everybody. Namaste. I really hate this. Felt like my hands. I hate this. We're doing good. Oh, this is good. Everything's working. Everything. All right, let's see. Let's see. Can we hear it now? Namaste, Crispy Kissinger coming in from YouTube.com, chiming in with, I'm a gay diabetic thanks to the program. Namaste to you. Crispy Kissinger, a gay diabetic. You know, before insulin levels and blood sugar levels, 100% A-OK, and a man who liked pussy. Now, a man who likes penis and blood sugar sucks. Namaste to you. So what do you get? Do you get gayer the more, you know, the more your insulin levels get fucked up? Is it a sort of situation where you eat a little Haribo gummy bear and you just get insatiable for cock? Is that your situation? Please tell me. Tell all of us. I would love to know. Call in 708-240-8953 in just a moment and discuss with me whether if you eat a little gummy bear, you want to suck penis like you're a vampire who only sucks penis. Namaste. Data Pagan, welcome back. YouTube.com over at Data Pagan, holding it down. Namaste to you. Blessings. Wow, beautiful. Fantastic to be with you. Already the energy is off the chain, is really crazy right now. I can feel it's going to be a chaotic night. It's going to be a chaotic night. We're just sliding in to home, feeling the energy, feeling good. Namaste. Danny Blue Jeans, you're not sneaking by me. 5 community subs. 5 community subs from Danny Blue Jeans, if you can believe that. 5 community subs. Holy shit. Namaste to Danny Blue Jeans with the subs. Thank you so much, brother Danny. As well as for the bits. Nindy knew also the bits. You guys coming in with some bits. I love that. Namaste. Namaste. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. Know you can touch some on the track for $10. McNabb over at YouTube.com sharing with us that I haven't touched a breast in 13 years. 13 years. And you know what? Funnily enough, I believe him. I 100% believe him. I know we got a lot of trolls in the chat here. We got a lot of trolls, and I welcome you. I say make your bed. I say get here, bring a little packed lunch, and make yourself welcome here because you're the kind of energy, a sort of dissident energy, that kind of buck the trends energy that we really, really love and welcome here at Explorations. However, I don't think he's trolling. I really genuinely believe that McNabb over at YouTube.com hasn't actually touched a breast in 13 years. There's something just honest about the feeling that I'm getting in the air from it. Namaste. Boney S., thank you so much for the bits. Brother Boney, namaste to you. knowing a program worth investing in when he sees it, blessings and namaste. How about a little bit back to the sensuality? All right, everybody, welcome back to Explorations. Wow. Wow, can we make some noise for yourselves? Make some noise for everybody, guys. Can we get some excitement in the chat, some emotes? We can clap at home. We're excited here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner, just getting done with our first Jazz Express of the night, and I am electrified by that. I am electrified by the sensuality that we just shared with one another. Namaste. Namaste to you. Now, guys, as we get ready for Explorations with Leslie Tanner tonight, I just want to say one thing. If you have found yourself day to day getting bogged down by the kind of the rigmarole, right? The ins and outs, the daily to day to day kind of stuff making you sleepy, right? Making you want to go to bed, making you want to get a warm bottle and just and maybe go to sleep on the couch, right? You don't have time for your hobbies. You don't have time to cook. You don't have time to clean. You don't have time to look your children in the eye. The only thing you got time for is being tired, it seems like these days, right? It seems like everything that you could possibly do has been tried and been done before, yet you are here at the bottom of a hill of failure. Both failure inherited and failure created by your own two fat, oily hands. Well, namaste, ladies and gentlemen. I am here precisely to fix that tonight. As Brother Nindinu put it just a moment ago, what he found once he started putting energy into the program is that he found exponential energy coming back to him. He found exponential energy coming back to him in his life, fueling his hobbies, fueling his professional career, fueling his family life, all because of these simple yet profound tools of Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Now, were it so easy that anyone just kind of joining us tonight, maybe you just strolled in, right? Maybe you're over at YouTube seeing, what even happens on the live thing? What even happens on the live thing here? Or maybe you're on Twitch just looking through Just Chatting, looking for something, anything, some answer to a question you can barely utter to yourself. Looking for a solution that terrifies you. Maybe you just joined us and you're thinking, wow, sounds great. Sounds great. I could put energy in and get a lot more energy back. Well, that doesn't do me any good, Leslie, because ring, 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 I don't have any goddamn energy. Somebody's knocking at the door, and hello, it's the energy police coming to take me away because I don't have any energy. Oh my gosh, I'm at the mall, I'm at a kiosk, at the energy kiosk, and they're trying to trade me energy for a cell phone case, and I don't have any energy to give them for the cool cell phone case that I would absolutely love to incorporate into my daily life. Namaste. Well, guys, I've got some very exciting news to you because tonight we are diving headfirst into exactly that. How to find the energy to become. Becoming requires energy, and that's a funny little yin and yang, right? That's a funny little yin and yang. And a doomer, right? A doomer, yes, I'm asking you to have hope. In me, in the program. Not in any of the other bullshit. Not in a therapist, not in any emotive therapy, not in any of these other snake oil personal power programs. What I'm asking you to have faith in is me. And this program, that you see the people in chat lining up before the chat even starts. I'm sitting here setting up OBS, and I'm setting up the software that runs this, and I see messages in the chat coming in. I see messages coming in the chat saying, I'm ready, I'm excited. And why do you think that is? Do you think it's because it's another snake oil program? Do you think it's because I, as a legally trained therapist, am here to just give you a fucking little worksheet or maybe prescribe you a little something and get you out my door?
Any photograph I've ever taken has been so bad as to stretch the mind. The universe prostrates and blooms before me, only to be perverted and then die immediately.
100%. I am terrible at photography. I'm not good at a lot of art. I'll be honest with you. Art is not a thing that I'm gifted at. I'll leave it to the artists, all right? I'll leave it to the artists. And so when I do try my hand, just for like a sense of fun and maybe some joy, maybe some fleeting joy, I want to taste it like a little Triscuit in my mouth. I'll go outside with a camera. I'll go outside with a camera and I'll start taking pictures. And you wouldn't believe that, you know, if you and I were sitting next to each other and I had a camera and you were just kind of looking at the world, and I was going to tell you exactly what I was going to take a picture of. I'm like, look at that bird. See that bird on that bench? I'm going to take a picture of it. And they say, oh yeah, go for it. That's going to turn into at least a decent picture, right? It's nature. It's nature. Of course, it's going to be something. But I take that picture and then I show you the picture I took, and you'll feel a heat in your skin. You'll be like, how did you pervert the natural world so profoundly through such a simple tool? A sort of reverse artist. I sort of take things that might be inspiring and feel good, and I pervert them. You know, I fuck them to death through a lack of skill and just through just very poor vision for it. Fram Weird. Larry says his YouTube super chats the other night were from an imposter. I think I believe him. Thoughts, Guru? I don't think so. I think he had a real come to God moment, and honestly, I support it, and I think he's what he's feeling now is because he's being very vulnerable. Those of you that were with us last night on Wednesday night, Larry Pickle Jar was being very honest and very vulnerable with us that night, and that was really special. That was not a side of Larry Pickle Jar that we get to see very often at all. Not at all. Normally, he's got his sort of half-erect penis out trying to work out whatever problems that he's repressing in his daily life, and he's attacking us. He's attacking all of us. He's attacking people. He's attacking people. He's terminating calls. He's attacking people in chat, making fun of them, etc., etc. But what we saw from Larry Pickle Jar the other night was really, 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 it made me uncomfortable how achingly vulnerable it was. And so I want to commend you for it, Larry. I want to commend you for it. If you're interested, guys, just go back to the VOD and drag the little slider around. You'll find his little testimonials from YouTube. You'll see it on the screen, his testimonials, namaste. I need this key about energy so I can launch my biz and quit being a punk. Well, you're in luck tonight. You're in luck tonight. You're in luck tonight, Witness 222. Blessings and namaste. Hendershot, is Guru a bitch's brew or a love supreme, Daddy? Interesting. Well, do my literal beliefs in God factor in? You tell me, and I'll let you know. Yeah, we're going to open up the line in just a moment, guys. Real quick, we got a couple orders of business before we open up the line. First is on my post office box. Guys, I love getting stuff from you. You know that about me. I say it every single stream. Guys, send me something. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. It could be a postcard, a letter, a little package, any damn thing you can send in the mail. Somebody actually sent me a brick, amazingly enough, a brick, and I loved it. A little, and really going down into the to the rosters of history here at Explorations. I believe it was Sociopathogen sending in the brick a couple years ago. Funny stuff. Fisk Mummy 2 giving 2 bits. Namaste to you, Fisk. Han, really appreciate that. Really super duper appreciate that. Namaste and blessings. No, Big Man, good to see you back. Good to see Big Man back. Blessings. Wet Bastard, also namaste to you. You know, by the way, you called me fat and gay the other day, and I wanted to say it was no hard feelings. I know you were just joking around, and listen, I like to joke around too, as much as anybody else. So don't beat yourself up about it, about calling me fat and gay in the Discord. That wasn't a big deal, and I didn't take it personally. So I really appreciate your wit. I'll just say that. Namaste. Psyduck with a gun with a single bit. Blessings to you. Blessings and namaste to Psyduck with a gun. Thank you so much for that bit, hon. Now, let's go ahead. Second order of business, guys, is my community of devoted light. So, listen, I'm going to drop a link in the chat right now, and what this link will take you to is my community of devoted light at patreon.com. Now, to put it simply, there's going to be some details later about my inner circle, my community of devoted light at patreon.com. But to put it simply, to put it bare bones, this call-in show, as revolutionary as it is, as groundbreaking as it is, as amazing as it is, it's just the tip of the iceberg. If you find yourself watching this program and thinking, man, I could really go for some extra materials, I could really go for having some real meat on the bones material, some podcasts, some videos, a monthly postcard, music downloads. I could really go for a VHS tape. What? A Twitch streamer giving out VHS tapes as part of a self-help program? Yeah, sounds good to me. If I were you, that's what I would say, because that sounds good to me as just me. So putting myself in your position, in a weaker, like kind of poorer, dumber position than I am and have been in a long time, I would imagine the sound of that VHS tape is the sound of a running water in the middle of a desert. So guys, if you're interested in joining my community of devoted light at patreon.com, go ahead, click that link that I dropped into the chat and just dive in for the price, just a couple bucks a month. A couple bucks a month. Think about what you spend a couple bucks a month on, right? Who's spent a couple bucks? Who has spent around $5 in the past month on in-game purchases on a cell phone game? Be honest. Put a 1 in the chat. Who among the chat right now has spent $5-ish on in-game purchases on a cell phone game in the past month? Dirty Smith, yeah, don't bum us out with that. Don't $100 of medication, not right now. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. Do not share that with me right now. Your life sounds sad. No, I will tell you that. But I'm really not talking about that. Yeah, I'm talking about cell phone games, trying to keep it light, trying to keep the energy up, the vibe up. Don't talk to me about how poor you are. Medication is a game. Yeah, I mean, if you're poor and trying to just play games with yourself, yeah. Which you gotta learn how to play games when you're poor. You gotta learn how to play games with the whole thing, right? Can't take it too seriously. Can't take Nana's blood pressure medicine too seriously when you don't know if you can afford it, right? You gotta be ready to let that go, and you gotta be ready to let Nana go if you are, just right around that poverty line. Namaste. You got to be ready. It's got to be a game. You got to look at Nana and think about Galaga or something. You got to think of your little character on the screen. Nana's just a little character on the screen. Nana's just a little NPC that you meet in Skyrim, outside the inn, right? Sweeping dirt and talking about rumors. That's Nana to you now because you can't afford it. Rich people, everybody can be a person. They largely choose everybody not to be a person, but you have that option if you have the money to play the game, to a different game. The game of life is for poor people. The game of other things is for not poor people. Anyway, community of devoted light, patreon.com. Let's go ahead and open up the lines. 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. The lines are open, and tonight we are exploring how to find the energy to become. How to find the energy to become. Become what? Become yourself. Become yourself in an excruciating process. The process of a flower blossoming unto itself is a hideous process. And until you can look at a tulip blossoming in early April and shudder to yourself and scream in your mind's eye and Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight, huh? It's Jim. Welcome back to the program, Jim. How we doing tonight, Jim? He's doing, he says. So is that bad? That's bad, right? You're doing bad, huh? $50-50. Caller, why isn't any of the audio working? Okay, thank you. Hold on one moment. I gotta fix it. One moment. Don't do I'm gonna need you to not sing.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Jim, how are you doing? They can finally hear you, I think, now.
Oh, what's up, Guru?
There he is. There's Jim. There's that Jim. There's that Jim energy. We're good. We're back to good. Thanks, Seventh. Appreciate it. We're going to go on. Cells. They were all put together at a time. Cells. Millions and billions of them. Cells. Were you ever arrested? Cells. Did you spend much time in the cell? Cells. Namaste. Blessings and namaste. Who is that from?
I don't know. It sounds like a fucking freak.
Who was that from? Speak up, YouTube.
Nobody,
who is that from?
Nobody
Blessings.
radio Underhill? Is that what that is?
Mother Nibblebottom with a communal vision as well. One moment, Jim. We'll be right with you, getting that energy up tonight. Mother Nibblebottom says, thinking about the program keeps me up at night, and now I am tired all the time. Any suggestions? Absolutely, Mother Nipplebottom. Well, let me see. This is the kind of, listen, you have demonstrated time. Jim, please stop. You have demonstrated, Mother Nipplebottom, time and time again that you're ahead of the curve. You're on a very advanced level of exploration. So what I want you to think about this as an ankle weight training in a spiritual way. If you're being kept up at night by explorations, I think there's a reason for that. And if it was someone else, I would be given a different story, but I know you and I know how advanced you are. So this is something that you need to accept. This is your cross to bear, so to speak. We can get more in the details of exactly why and the shape of all that in a moment. But right now I do need to speak to Jim. Jim, again, how are we doing tonight, brother?
We're talking to me or we're talking to the chat now?
Jim, you big Jim. I want to talk to you.
What's going on, Guru?
I'm doing great, Jim. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fucking fantastic.
Wonderful. Wonderful to hear. Fantastic. Well, listen, at the top of the call, they didn't hear you say this. They didn't hear you say this, Jim, but what you did say, hold on a second. What you did say was I asked you how you were doing. You said, I'm doing. I said, is that bad? And you said, you sighed and you said 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jim, what is it? Are you fantastic or are you doing 50-50? Talk to me.
Well, Guru, 50-50 means it's 50-50. So we're just out here vibing, you know.
Listen, are you going to give me non-answers all night, or are you going to answer my question? How are you? I want to help you.
I exactly.
I want to help you.
Your question, Guru. I'm 50-50.
Okay.
I am right in the middle.
Right. There we go.
And so that tonight is why I am calling in.
Beautiful. Talk to me. Why? Okay. Let's talk about it. 50-50. What's your question? Give me some details. Give me some context. Tell me where we're going.
We are right on the line. The topic of the night is how to find the energy to become what, Guru? To become
exactly.
What? To become what?
To become what?
And so therefore, yes.
To become what?
So you tell me.
And this is a question that I think is really important that we take stock of. I'm gonna explain something to chat real quick. I'm gonna return to your question. All right, Jim?
Okay.
Now, chat, listen, what he just said with that question, let's pay real close attention to the wording of that question. He's looking for the energy to become, and he didn't say become who. He didn't say become something that he wants to become. He said become what? Now, I want to underline the word what in that sentence. That is such a more profoundly upsetting question than any other version. That word right there, Jim, please.
Okay.
That word right there, what? Gestures, implies. Gestures to and implies a sense of alienation from self and the world around him that cannot be overstated. He may as well have called up hysterically screaming, lost, looking for someone to hold his hand, give him a hug, something, looking for someone to make eye contact. In this lost, godless world, he is looking for anything. What am I is his question. What am I? Now, Jim, you heard me say the spiel, right? You heard me say the spiel. What do you feel like? Let's start there. What do you feel like?
I feel like a fucking bug, Guru.
Like a bug.
I feel like a little fucking bug.
Little bug. Little fucking bug, he says. What kind of bug? Give me some details.
Little fucking carpet beetle. Just crawling around, getting inside your clothes, making holes. Nobody fucking knows if I'm there or not. You don't want me there.
So
I don't want me there either.
The tiniest of worthless pieces of shit.
Yes.
That's what you feel like.
Yes, Guru.
Okay, so listen. I think there's something. What?
How do I become more? How do I become the blanket beetle? How do I become the sheets beetle? How do I overcome being such a little piece of shit that I know that I am? And
Communal Vision Pipperknuckle says, what pills has Jim had tonight? So he's perked up and he feels like a shitty little bug. Okay, so listen.
Perk 30 with the bug and the rug.
Listen to me, Jim. Listen, are you listening?
Okay.
I want you to stop talking. Okay, I don't want you to say anything while I'm talking to you for a moment, okay?
Okay.
I will tell you exactly when you can start talking. Now, when it comes to, this little piece of shit bug business, the first step is to realize that you are a little piece of shit bug, which you have realized. But the second step is to resonate as a little worthless piece of shit little bug in the carpet. Now, what is the opposite of resonance? What detracts from that resonance? How do we resonate is the question that I would imagine you have. Seventh Dragon Ball with the Communal Vision. Caller, stop asking, what can I do? Start blaming other people. Then it becomes their problem and not yours.
Seventh Dragon Ball, thank you very much. But again, Guru told me to shut up, so I will.
Yeah,
listen.
And you're not, huh? So.
Well, I'm not. I'm being
Quote,
a little bit.
I wish I could fondle
quiet.
fresh produce all day without violating some implied silent rule. I know several other men who agree with me.
Now, like I was saying just a moment ago, I think there's something to how do we resonate then, would be the question. Now, the thing is, in our core, we are pure resonance, okay? Pure resonance in our core. And the thing is, we have layers and layers and layers of things that get in the way of that pure ancient resonance. And what your first step is to resonate as a little bug. But you have this main thing getting in the way that you just shared with me, that you're looking how to level up as a piece of shit little bug. You're looking to become a blanket bug. You're looking to become, this, that, and the other. No, you are not that. You are the most worthless and smallest of the piece of shit little bugs. That is what you are.
Ooh. Okay. I like that.
Okay, you shouldn't like that. That's not good. But talk to me
it's
about
not?
like it.
Okay.
Talk to me about
Fuck,
liking
fuck.
it. What,
I mean, I don't like that.
why do you
I
like
don't
it?
like
Why
that,
do you like
Guru.
it? Talk to me why you like it.
I mean, I don't like that, Guru. I don't like that. I don't want to be a tiny little bug. I want to be a bigger bug. I want to be a praying mantis.
No.
No. Fuck. Shit.
Listen, Jim, listen. You should feel like shit about yourself, and you should not want to be anything else.
Guru, 1 second.
Okay, this is it. I'm not doing this anymore. I don't care if you're perked up, you're terminated.
I'm fine.
That's enough. That's enough. That is goddamn enough of the interruptions tonight. You call up, you want to talk to me, and you're not even letting me talk. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
Guru Jim again.
No, it's not.
I'm ready to listen.
No, you're not. 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
It all costs money. How you doing this evening?
It all costs money. Welcome back to the program, brother. It all costs money. Great to have you back on. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So the topic, how to become?
Well, the topic is how to find the energy to become.
That's a tough one. I would say if you're not using drugs, and most likely since you're here at the program, you don't have a strong emotional or familial support system. So I guess what I would suggest is YouTube videos.
I cannot hear the callers at all. Can you guys hear him?
Can you hear me all right? Hello?
Okay, we can hear you. Okay, good.
Yeah, I switched off the Bluetooth headset.
Gotcha. Okay, so I think we can hear you a little more clearly now. Okay, good. Just checking in with Mother Nipple Bottom. All right, now let's get back into it. Listen, I'm going to approach this call a little differently because you have been steeped in the program and the act of becoming, for a while now. It all costs money. We know your name, we know your efforts, we know your vibe. So, listen, one thing I want to approach you with is one way that I want to approach you is how you have developed the energy to become. Now, you real quick, right away, you mentioned drugs, right? Okay. Now, what kind of drugs would you say? What kind of drugs? Because there's some people in the chat right now wondering, what the heck? How do I do it? I can't wait to get through and talk to Leslie about how I can find the energy to become. But how it all costs money. How have you found the energy to become during your course here at Explorations?
I ingest a lot of CBD, melatonin, and THC, and sugar.
So downers plus sugar. Okay, namaste. So we've got downers, light downers, and sugar. And how do you balance that throughout the day? I say melatonin when you go to sleep. Am I right?
I take melatonin when I wake up and when I go to sleep because I really enjoy not having a lot of energy. So that this way, when I do put forth any effort, it's like, wow, look at this guy go.
Yeah, you're like, it's like, I used to work with a guy that used to pretend he was handicapped so that he would feel better about doing very simple tasks.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Except,
Yeah.
so what I've found is how to become less energetic, so that this way, when I do have energy to do things, it's lauded.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting, and there's plenty to speak about. There's plenty to talk about. Plenty to talk about there. And so it sounds like. Interesting. And how does this help you? How does this help you have the energy to become? Like, talk to me about that. What does becoming mean to you, and how does this help you have the energy for that?
Well, I just have been consistently becoming more and more self-aware. Twitch has definitely helped me to definitely become more self-aware. So my energy to become is to literally just kind of think a lot. So I don't really actually have to do anything to become anything more. I can just become, aside from more myself. So I don't really have a lot of energy. I just pretend I have energy when I need to, even though I don't, because I really just enjoy like not doing anything.
Interesting. That's an unorthodox approach. I gotta say that is not something that I. That's not something
you run into normally with your clients?
Yeah, that's not something. Well, but here's the thing though. When you get in here, and this is just a little thing I've noticed about you at All Cost Money, is that you get in here, you get involved in the program, you kind of blast right through all the basic stuff, right? You get it. You know what I mean? I'm doing a air quote thing with my fingers. You get it.
I mean, the only one who really gets the program is Leslie Tanner, right?
Right, and you get it enough to say that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're
you know
just guppies. Like we're saps. We're saplings.
Right.
In a forest. Like,
right.
But you're the root and the tree. Like.
Right. Well, so the thing that I was gonna say is that you get it. And I would imagine, because you've talked about how you're just kind of like a baseline level intelligence at the very least. You can get through a lot of situations easily. You're charismatic enough that people like you, and you have you don't struggle with finding sexual partners, et cetera, et cetera. This is all a thing that things you get things. You're good at things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment, sir.
But this isn't necessarily a compliment, because what I mean to say right now is that this is actually holding you back in the program. Now, what you have put together for yourself, this act of becoming, so rather than a genuine, excruciating act of becoming, you're kind of simulating a little thing. You're getting that feeling of becoming. You take that melatonin in the morning to act like you're kind of just like you've got some blood disorder, and you go, oh God, like going to the bank. Oh, I spent all my spoons going to the bank. Oh, I'm so good at this. Now, the thing that I want to say to you is that
I'm literally at the bank right now.
To a genuine retarded person who has a hard time doing very basic things like bagging groceries and whatnot, the act of becoming and doing those tasks is excruciating. What you're doing is very, is sidestepping the whole thing. You should be like a civil engineer or something. You know what I mean? You should and doing a bad job because it's just out of reach of your intellectual capability or something. Maybe not a civil engineer, but something. So Down syndrome is to bagging groceries, council. As it all costs money is to what?
City council member.
Okay, how would that challenge you?
Because I would actually have to care about either my own personal finances or like how the city's finances were doing and how the community, like I would have to give more attention to something other than who I am as a person.
Right. See, I think that is extremely insightful. Extremely insightful. Well, okay, that's good enough. That's a good enough start. I was just replaying a conversation I had with you where it was you're trying to think less and you think, and, you know, you're trying to think of other people less, and you're struggling with it, which means at your core, you're someone who cares. Nobody Radio Underhill with a quick psychic emergency at all costs money. One moment.
This is the Psychic Emergency National Alert System, also known as PNAS. We've interrupted this broadcast in cooperation with Explorer Nobody Radio Underhill to issue a psychic emergency, Cheer 300 Interlinked. Do you dream about being interlinked? Interlinked. Have they left a place for you where you can dream? Interlinked. What's it like to hold your child in your arms? Interlinked. Do you feel that there's a part of you that's missing? Interlinked. Do you like to connect to things? Interlinked. What happens when that linkage is broken? Interlinked. Have they let you feel heartbreak? Within cells interlinked. Within cells interlinked. Within cells interlinked. Within cells. Repeat. Cheer 300 interlinked. Do you dream about being interlinked? Interlinked. Have they left a place for you where you can dream? Interlinked. What's it like to hold your child in your arms? Interlinked. Do you feel that there's a part of you that's missing? Interlinked. Do you like to connect to things? Interlinked. What happens when that linkage is broken? Interlinked. Have they let you feel heartbreak? Within cells interlinked. Within cells interlinked. Within cells interlinked. Within cells. We now continue with your normal broadcast.
Now listen. It all costs money. I'm muted. Hold on. Okay, it's back. Okay. Hold on one second. Can you hear me?
Sure. Yeah, I can.
1, 2, 3. There I am. Okay. Now it all costs money. Listen.
Well, I actually had a very specific reason to call in on this topic.
Okay.
If I may.
We're 10 minutes into the call, so let's give me the TLDR.
Well, the TLDR is that I am afraid of becoming the person that I want to be, and am also afraid that I'm going to become the person that I am in the future. As in, nothing is actually going to change, even though there's a future me that I envision.
Well, this future you that you envision is something you need to shoot in the face as quickly as possible. Now, what connects you to this future version of yourself?
Twitch.
What about Twitch connects you to that?
Well, see, I don't get close to people, right? It's very, very difficult for me to develop long-term emotional connections. It's one of the reasons why when I have pets, I get rodents, because they generally don't live very long lives, and that, by the time my emotional attention span is stretched, they're gone. It's easy for me, convenient. And I'm afraid with Twitch, if I start actually developing a community or presence, then I'll get close to people. And then eventually, one or more of those people might end up not enjoying being around me or being in my presence, and that would suck. And I much prefer to be alone rather than to have loved and lost.
I mean, that the logic is sound. Now, there's going to be a lot of therapists that say, they'll say, "Oh, we got to repair the part of you that's broken." Why? That's not good enough logic for a full happy wife. No, first of all, there's not a full happy life, period. And what this is a very sound logic. You are, in effect, preventing a great deal of pain, and very effectively.
So, how do I find the energy to shoot that version of me in the face and just continue on?
The one that's connected to other people?
Correct.
Well, that's easy. I mean, if Twitch is something where you're worried about, stop going on Twitch. What's difficult about that?
It's generally the only way I socialize anymore at all. It's like, or are you saying I should just cut out all social engagements?
No, not necessarily. I see the merit of both, right? You know, I see the merit of you connecting to people and feeling something, maybe having some fun, as fleeting as it may or shallow as it may be. But then there's the other side, that by being alone, you are preventing, this, that, and the other negative feeling as well. That is inevitable with all interaction. You want me to do a quick poll on you?
Sure, I don't know what that means, but let's do it.
We're doing a poll on It All Costs Money.
Oh, I get it. Yes, I approve.
All costs money. Thumbs up. Thumbs down. There it is. 1 minute. No additional votes. Start poll. Guys, let's hear it. So we got this guy. He is, and I don't use this word lightly or in a kumbaya kind of way, but he doesn't feel secure whether people will like him in the long term if he does enmesh himself in a social network. So here we are, giving a thumbs up or a thumbs down to It All Costs Money. Do you guys actually not like It All Costs Money? Let's get this out of the way. Let's either confirm or deny whether we, the allegations, basically. So It All Costs Money. We're about halfway through. How you feeling about the poll?
I can't see it. I'm on mobile.
All right, so guys, we got a couple seconds left. Go ahead, get your votes in.
I can't even vote for myself at this point.
No, you can't. You'd sully it. You'd sully the vote if you did. So 5 seconds left on my side. It'll be over by the time you see this. Okay, so the poll, listen, there's about, how many people watching right now? Let me see. There are about 88 people watching. 23 people voted, and 13 of those 23 said thumbs down on It All Costs Money. So listen, like I said, what you're doing makes sense, but you're between two wolves, and you're trying to find that sweet spot. You're trying to find that line, and just dabbling in Twitch and once in a while, I think is enough. But we're gonna have to revisit that in the future.
Indeed, I appreciate all the advice. Thank you, Guru.
So
namaste.
Namaste. What a beautiful. We should just do a whole night of that. Because everybody has an insecurity of whether somebody likes them or not, right? Of whether to expose themselves in a group, whether to be vulnerable, whether to make long-term friends, whether to show your little art project to somebody, et cetera, whether to really tell somebody about a topic that you're really interested in, right? What if they don't like me? How good would it be to know? Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
You can call me Jin, not Jim. That guy was kind of what would the word be?
Good night, Jim. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Well, is that Jen or Jim? Oh, that was Jen. Ah, okay. Jen, call back. My defenses are up. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
Leslie, you can call me Fisk because that's what my name is.
Fisk. Namaste to Fisk. Welcome back to the program, Fisk. How are you tonight?
I'm feeling cold and itchy.
Cold and itchy. What's going on? Why are you cold and itchy?
because I do weird things to my body that I shouldn't do, and also I left my windows wide open because I can't stand not having fresh air. If I don't have fresh air, I will be sad.
Wait, say that again? I didn't really get it. You say that?
Oh, I said I'm cold because I leave all my windows wide open at all times because if I don't have fresh air, I'll be sad.
So that's the cold part. Why itchy?
Oh, because I might have like accidentally like spilled chemicals on my face.
Oh, what kind of chemicals?
Like acidic stuff. I'm not entirely sure.
So where'd you get this acid? Are we talking about like a citric acid, hyaluronic acid?
I don't want to say. I don't want to say more about that actually.
Okay. Well, you've definitely painted at least an alarming picture for us, and I appreciate that, Fisk.
No problem.
Now, okay, so back tonight we're talking about how to find the energy to become. Now, Fisk, you've been here for a minute, right? You've been a part of the program for how long now?
I don't know, at least 4 months.
At least 4 months, you said. Okay, at least 4 months. It feels like you've been here for longer than that, but you know, it's just because you've left quite an impression on me. Quite an impression on me. So let me ask you, right? Would you feel like you could be fairly described as low energy?
No. Sometimes I get really hyper.
That's true. We've seen that in the Discord. Okay, so would you consider yourself at least partly low energy, like low energy sometimes?
Yeah, I'm either like so low energy that I'm not even conscious, or I'm like so hyper that I'm more conscious.
You got the wild swings.
Yeah.
Wild swings. Interesting.
Yep.
Okay, so listen. Well, I guess that's the answer to your question. Is you have some sort of physical or mental disorder that swings your energy like crazy. I was going to ask how you find the energy to become, but the answer is, you know, you got your swings.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's enough though. I feel like it's like a swing where I'm just like insane and I don't really do, or like I haven't like figured out how to channel that into like something more productive. Maybe I'm trying to, but it's difficult.
Well, listen, I mean that actually, I think you're ready for this, but I mean that actually works in your favor, in my opinion. That actually works in your favor. This idea that you will ever have enough energy to fully become something, you know, that all points to like some utopian thing, some fully fulfilled thing. That struggle that to become is eternal. You know, if you could live forever, you would never stop. So in a way, having that harsh constraint gives you the gift of disappointment. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let me put it another way, Fisk. We've had a lot of conversations, and a lot of our conversations have been pretty insightful on your part. You have a good deal of insight between those two ears. Would you agree?
No, I feel stupid.
Well, let me go ahead and I'll say exactly what I think then. I think that a lot of our conversations have been very insightful. I think that you're not as stupid as you would like to think.
Okay.
Now, however, I think this insight doesn't come from a normal place, a normal means, right? So a lot of your insight has been kind of hard-earned by, as anyone who can listen to your calls can tell, your life, the quality of your life doesn't sound that great. Sounds
yeah, it probably doesn't sound that great.
Yeah, it sounds like you suffer a little more than the average person. Would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people would say that, but like, I think at a certain point you see so much like stuff that you're like, I don't even know what's normal anymore. I don't even know like what is a normal amount of suffering.
Well, listen, you could play the existential game and say we're all suffering, right? We're all dying. Oh, we're all born, blah, 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 blah. But listen, there is such a thing as a normal person and a normal amount of suffering. And my official diagnosis as a legally trained therapist is you're not that. You're not the normal kind of that.
Okay.
Now, this all leading up to my point, though, that your insight comes from exactly these constraints, exactly the suffering, exactly the glass ceiling on your life, on the quality of your life. Now, who do you think that, these Gary V's out here, that will have the same amount of insight that you have just from living the life as you've experienced it?
Wait, who?
Your Gary Vanderchucks.
Probably not.
Probably not, exactly. So that's why I think this is a gift. How miserable your life is a gift. So in the energy coming from your swings. Let's get back to the main thing, though. I'm kind of getting a little sidetracked. The energy from your swings provides you with energy, but even you admit it's not enough. Enough for what? Let's ask that question.
Like, enough, like, what do you mean? Like, what do I want to do with the energy?
Yeah, like, what do you mean by enough? Like, yeah, what would, if you had enough energy, what would happen? And what, fill in those gaps for me.
I guess I'd like to, like, gradually train myself to be able to make art that, like, torments the masses.
Art that upsets people.
No, not just like upsets people, but it like destroys their brain.
Well, I believe in you. I genuinely believe you can do that. That was energy business. This energy business. I think that if you had more energy, though,
Yeah.
It might be helpful, but I think it would also be shooting you in the foot, Fisk. How tortured you are makes you want to torture other people, and this is good, okay? This is good. Nobody mix my words up about this. But I think if you had more energy, would you feel as motivated? What if you start wearing like, I don't know if you're an LL Bean kind of person, but maybe you start wearing like lots of pastel-y athleisure or something. Do you wear those kind of clothes right now?
No.
Yeah, that was just my guess. Now, you get a little more energy, you start brunching, you start wearing athleisure, you start enjoying your life.
Wait, but Leslie, what if it's energy, but it's like more miserable energy? What if it's like what I have, but more intense? Like you're saying energy, but like, who's to say that energy is like gonna be good energy?
Well, I'll tell you this. Right now, I'm spitballing a little bit, but what I see is that you're fueled by misery, right? Fueled by loss, fueled by a life that could have been better and is not. Now, we're staring, right? This lack of energy, you're bummed because of the lack of energy. You wish you had more energy. What if you stopped wishing and just took the L? More misery right there. Done. What if it's always going to be like this, and there's nothing you can do about it?
It sounds kind of boring.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Well, listen, this has been a really great call, Fisk. I really appreciate you calling up tonight. So to kind of just put the little synopsis on it, your engine is misery, and you need to accept more misery, and don't wish for more. You accept less, and accept the sadness that comes along with it. Okay?
Don't wish for more. Don't accept less.
Don't wish for more. Accept less.
Okay.
Into your heart, right? Accept the loss into your heart. The loss of an energized Fisk. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, great talk. Namaste.
Namaste.
708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. How to find the energy to become tonight on Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Great to be with you. How you guys doing in chat? Witness 222, how we doing over there, huh? Underhill, how we doing? Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Brother Cheen, welcome back to the program. It's been a minute since we've gotten a chance to speak to you on air.
Yes, it has. Thank you for taking my call.
Of course. It's great to speak to you. Now, tell me, Brother Cheen, how you doing? How you been doing lately?
I've been doing well, but I have to admit, tonight it's been a lot of real low energy calls.
It has,
right?
It has. And
I think, I don't know, it really ties into what you're talking about. How do you find the energy to become? And you have incredibly low caller energy. Is that people are have low T. I think all of these callers have low T.
Interesting. I hear what you're saying. So you're swooping in, giving your insight and experience and just your base read on these callers, and you're seeing the common thread is just low testosterone, and that if they had higher levels of testosterone, that their energy levels would be higher.
Yes. Well, and this is coming. So I had low T, but I started taking a homeopathic supplement called Gorilla Max Ultra.
Sure.
That has just given me energy to the brim. I don't know what to do with all of the energy I have. And it was because of low T. And I, before I was taking it, I was a play-at-home dad. I didn't have anything going for me, right? But then I started taking it, and next thing you know, I'm running teams. I'm making money. My life is changed. It's like I call it the program in a pill.
Wow, the program in a pill, he says.
That's right.
Now, this sounds almost too good to be true. Now, Brother Pepperoncini, Moderator Pepperoncini, Brother of Devoted Light Pepperoncini, what's the name of this pill again?
The Gorilla Max Ultra.
Gorilla Max Ultra.
Yes.
Gorilla Max Ultra. Wow, it sounds almost too good to be true. Pepperoncini, how'd you stumble upon this?
Well, I was doing a lot of late night Googling. Small penis, low T, poor solution, I think was the search term that I finally kind of came down to. And sure enough, Gorilla Max Ultra popped up on my screen. Took up a lot of my screen. I kept trying to close it at first, but it persisted, and I'm glad it did.
Well, you can hardly blame the developers of Gorilla Max Ultra when you have a solution like that to such a widespread problem. You kind of want to shout it from the mountaintops, right? You don't want to make a little sleek little website on Wix.com. You want to make the windows big. You want to, you want to send the mailers that are really, 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 really colorful.
Yes. You want to have it where if someone tries to navigate away, it brings up an alert bar that asks them if they actually want to navigate away from the page. It just really add that friction to it. And you know what? I think that's what testosterone gives you, is your desire to cause friction with others. And I think that gives you, right? Friction creates energy. We all know this from science. Right? The third law, friction creates energy. And so I get that from this. I take it every day. If I want to go into warrior mode, I do take a second one.
Ooh, so that's warrior mode. Tell us about now. Okay. So let's rewind back to the beginning. We're talking about you're poor. You had a small penis, and you're just like a little stay-at-home little bitch dad, right? Playing with your kids, like a total pussy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And fast forward, Gorilla Max Ultra enters your life. You're successful. You're doing better. You got more energy. You're more thirsty for conflict. But now you've unlocked this whole other thing called warrior mode. I can only imagine what that's like. Talk to me. What is warrior mode, and when do you tap into the inner warrior?
Well, warrior mode is when you are looking for that next level of concentration where you want to solve or deepen yourself into whatever it is that you're doing. And so you take a second one, and whatever it is that you're focusing on cannot break that attention. I have had my family trying to talk to me, but I am locked in. I'm writing code. I'm shipping it. I'm solving problems for days and days at end. And that warrior mode, it's hard to turn off. I have missed important events in my life, but that is a sacrifice you make if you want to be a warrior.
Are we talking about a baptism, a recital? What are we talking about?
Leaving, thankfully my wife was there. I did leave my daughter in the car for about, 4 to 5 hours. But that all worked out. But yeah, I've missed birthdays, things like that. But you have to dip in. And sometimes I feel like if I'm not taking the warrior mode enough, I don't feel good. So I've been doing it more lately.
Beautiful. I'm glad you are. And funny enough about that kids and cars business, like kids and cars. And guys, I know we like to joke around here. I know, we all like to play around. We all like to say our little things in chat. And I like to, I also like to joke on screen too. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm about to share with you is, it's deadly serious. And is actually a huge problem, a huge widespread misunderstanding that kids, when every single example of a child dying in a hot car, there was absolutely malfeasance. There was absolutely a coroner playing games with the dead little body, attributing certain things to the wrong thing. And actually, children thrive in that setting. They've done a sort of wide-scale double-blind test out of Harvard University, and the results replicated at Duke University, showing that children in environments devoid of water, upwards of 120 degrees, their aptitude increases, their emotional intelligence increases. There was one child who learned an entire language. I believe it was Pakistani, or some whatever they speak in Pakistan. Learned it in 6 goddamn hours in a hot car. So listen, if you did kill your kids, don't even worry about that. I really wanted to bring that up. I really thought that was important to share with everyone. TravCam 0, Explorer, General Physician, all of those children who died in cars were killed at their own hands. So you're saying that they all committed suicide, all these children, 5, 6 years old. I say let the moms out. Let the mommies out. Free your mommies.
I feel so vindicated, Guru. Thank you so much.
Of course. I mean, it brings me such joy to be able to be that for you. But also, I really want to thank you and how just bringing this business of testosterone supplement, bringing that up, because that's got to be a contributing factor with at least someone in the chat. And to hear that, I would imagine for them is like the sun kind of finally coming through the clouds. So I appreciate you shepherding my herd alongside me as a moderator. That means a lot to me.
Absolutely. And just, we didn't talk about this beforehand, but I did. If folks go to the website and they want to buy some of this, if they type in the code GURU, there is a 10% discount at checkout. So
Gorilla Max Ultra, wow. 10% discount.
That's going to the compound. That goes straight
to
the compound. Isn't that amazing?
Wow. Brother Bevergini doing some extra credit. Well, namaste to you, Cheen. I really appreciate you sharing so much with us tonight. This has been a really, really deep and gorgeous call with you.
Thank you, Guru. The program
works. Hear those pipes, those baritone pipes. Well, yeah, namaste to you, Cheen. Hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Farewell, Guru.
Farewell. Great to speak to Cheen. All right, I'm going to take a quick pee-pee, guys. It's that time. It's urination time. I'll be back in just a moment. Sit tight. I'll be back in just a moment. A lot of the gunk, clear the gunk out of your third eye as we get into our second half of the program tonight, as we explore how to find the energy to truly become. And also stick around for a couple details about my community of devoted light at patreon.com. I got some new clips up there, so little samples of videos. It might be a new one. I doubled them over the weekend. So namaste, guys. I'll be back in just a moment. Namaste and blessings.
Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Since Leslie and his program broke onto the scene, Explorations has become the #1 best-selling and most influential personal power program in modern history. Millions of people from all over the world have gotten a chance to meet this truly remarkable man and utterly transform their lives with the power of Explorations.
I listened to this introductory tape and I knew then and there, this is what I needed. I felt just so much better knowing there are a bunch of people out there suffering like me.
I'm not kidding you. I think after the first tape, I knew, okay, I'm gonna be fine.
I got such relief from the very beginning of starting the program.
Now that you've gotten a taste of what this program is capable of, it's time to show you how to take your life to the next level. Here to tell you more about what is possible is legally licensed clinical therapist, author, coach, speaker, entrepreneur, martial artist, amateur musician, one of the nation's foremost thinkers, and our guru, Leslie Tanner.
Good evening, everyone. Whether you've been with us since the very beginning and have watched Explorations work wonders in your life, or you're joining us for the first time tonight, I say namaste to you. As you've watched Explorations in action during our call-in show, no doubt your mind is reeling from the limitless potential you now know is possible. Between the tailored themes and lectures, to the myriad avenues of exploration through the channel points, to the customized ways to interact with me and the community, there simply has never been anything quite like this program. Now is usually the point in one of these self-help programs where it starts to sound like a sales pitch. Someone like me might normally say something like, listen, I know your time is precious, let me cut to the chase. But there's only one problem with that. We know your time isn't precious. I could speak at length for hours and hours about absolutely nothing, and I still wouldn't be wasting your time because, well, you're here, looking for a fast, all-encompassing solution to the problems in your life that have become so intolerable, you're not sure what you're going to do. You may be considering any number of extreme decisions, ranging from short-term band-aids to more permanent solutions. However, as dark and bleak as your situation is, so too must our tools be bright and revolutionary. So whether you're tired and looking for more energy and enthusiasm for life, or maybe you're lonely and isolated, but want better relationships, let me tell you that for these things and so much more, my breakthrough program of explorations to explore the universe and beyond really works. It's worked for elite performance athletes, critically acclaimed artists, best-selling authors, entrepreneurs, and for thousands of others just like you. I have been blessed by the universe for a brief moment that I now command upwards of $50,000 for speaking engagements. But through the technology of this program, you can hire me, Leslie Tanner, as your personal therapist, coach, and guru, all rolled into one at the Community of Devoted Light on patreon.com. Where you and thousands of others just like you are learning to leverage the chaos around them to catapult their lives to heights that were previously unimaginable. Here's how it works. I've created a tightly knit community where individuals seeking to access the next level are able to study, reflect, meditate, and grow with an ever-expanding library of exclusive materials, each containing life-changing tools and techniques designed to explore topics covered here in our call-in show, but much more deeply, therefore increasing the benefits of the program exponentially. These materials include your name in the credits at the end of the stream, demonstrating the importance of your leadership and the value of your investment. A signed personal postcard sent out each month full of observations and witticisms by me, Leslie Tanner. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Exclusive video materials not available to the poor, designed to rocket your progress past those who cannot afford success. Here's a little sneak peek at what you're missing.
Now, the first thing I think of when I think of a hole, to be completely honest with everyone, is a sexual hole that I want to put my penis in. It's a thought that happens so fast and quiet that it hardly even happens. But since I've been doing my own meditation tapes, it's slowed my thoughts a little bit so that I can hear and see them.
Downloads of all specially crafted music used in our productions here and elsewhere that have accompanied your journey thus far. Tracks such as New Beginnings, Psychic Romance, Reaching into Darkness, or The Skeptic's Gamble. Exclusive archival prints such as these, channeled and honed by myself, Leslie Tanner, upon which you can guide your own meditations at home. I'm not an artist, nor do I claim to be. These visions are a burden and cause me immense suffering. But I do it for you. Now, You might expect that a program like this would cost thousands of dollars, but because I'm offering this to you through the internet, these life-transforming materials can be yours for the monthly cost of a few cups of coffee on your way to work. With access to these materials, regardless of your level of investment, you will also be receiving a complimentary download of our landmark track, The Sojourn Begins, as a thank you. So does this sound good to you? Well, what are you waiting for? If you are ready to join the thousands of others who have already committed to the final journey to access the next level, simply type Final Journey into the chat and you will be guided with further instructions. One thing I can promise you is that however massive your problems are, however abject and humiliating your life has become, I have created something so simple yet so profound in this program, you'll be absolutely flabbergasted by the results. Now, let's get back to the program. Namaste.
Namaste, everyone. Welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie Tanner, host of Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the country. Namaste and welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Good to see you guys. Jin, namaste. Jin, was that you? I don't think that was, right? Who called earlier? Namaste. Well, listen. There's a couple words about my community of devoted light at patreon.com. If any of those little perks sound good to you, type !final journey into the chat right now. And you too can take advantage of these exclusive materials tonight. Namaste. Now, it's good to, that was you, Jin. Okay, namaste. Well, I guess, I'm not going to apologize for that. I am not going to apologize for hanging up on Jin. Go ahead and give a call back again, though. Go ahead and give a call back. How's everybody feeling tonight, really? How's everybody feeling on this Friday night? How's everybody feeling? What's the energy like? What's the energy like? It feels a little sleepier than normal, huh? A little sleepier than normal is my read. Guys, everyone's taking a nap tonight. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's up that I could call you tonight?
You can call me Jin.
Jin, welcome back to the program. Jin, how are you tonight, brother Jin?
I am fantastic. How are you?
You say fantastic, and I am also doing fantastic, weirdly enough. You know, I just got done with a break. I took a little sip of Diet Coke. I'm feeling good, feeling refreshed. Just to address the chat real quick, because I asked how everybody was feeling. Orchestar says like trash. Bojadu says low T. Yeah. So it sounds like everyone's not doing great. Well, let's go ahead. Jen, it's good to hear you. Good to hear from you.
Well, thanks. It's good to be on the program.
Yeah, brother Jen. So talk to me, Jen. What brings you in tonight? Is there something about the theme that really struck your fancy that you wanted to jump in on, or something else on your mind?
Well, I was thinking, I think the best way to get energy is tacos. Like, you guys like tacos, right?
I've had tacos before, yes.
Yeah, like that's how you get energy. Like, just make some tacos.
So that's your whole thing?
I don't know if it's my whole thing, but like that's how you get your power.
Is that the most powerful? Like when you need energy, you don't go to Gatorade, you don't go to like Powerade, you don't go to a Monster, you go to straight tacos.
Oh yeah, refried beans, cheese. You know, that stuff really gets you going.
So let's say if you were running a marathon, right, or even a 5K, let's say 5K. Let's say you're running a 5K, as you pass that 3K mark and some volunteer is handing you thing, you're not looking for a gel. You're not looking for a little bit of Gatorade. You're looking for a straight carne asada taco.
Oh, yeah. Send me a burrito. I'll be slamming that thing down.
And have you kind of tested your times on the 5K with various levels of taco and burrito in your system?
I'm not much of a runner, but yeah.
What do you do physically?
I'm more of I did wrestling in school.
Okay. Are you more of like an esports guy now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a gamer, and when you need
I'm
a little
chair.
What was that?
I'm a chair warrior.
a chair warrior. But listen, we need you guys. We do. We need you guys out there, and I thank you for your service.
Well, thank you.
So as coming from your position as an esports guy, a gamer, a chair warrior, as you said, real quick, Orca start with a communal vision. Not sure methane is the energy source we are looking for.
Would you pass it up? Natural gas?
I mean, it's flammable.
Yeah, it's a perfect fuel.
Interesting. Now, no. As an esports guy, so when you're what's your favorite game? What do you if in any given day of the week, what game are we gonna find you playing most likely?
When I used to be into it really, I was into StarCraft, but like nowadays, I don't know, I'm not really too competitive nowadays.
So with let's say StarCraft, right? Let's say you've got you're taking Gorilla Max Ultra per the suggestion of Pepperoncini. You're playing StarCraft. You're in like the final boss stage. Well, real quick, M. Robert Cobb with a subscription. Space Cat with the raid. Namaste Raiders. Hi, Guru. Glad you are feeling better. The program works. M. Robert Cobb. Namaste to you, M. Robert Cobb. I really appreciate that. Genuinely. I cherish your warm, affirmative vibes, and I bestow my blessings upon you. Namaste to M. Robert Cobb. And thank you for that very generous sub. 13th month in a row. So let's say you're playing StarCraft, right? You're hyped up on T. You're in warrior mode, as Pepperoncini put it.
Yep.
And you're playing StarCraft, which means what do you do in StarCraft? You're in a spaceship?
Yeah, it's like a
kill aliens.
Real-time strategy. Yeah, aliens.
You kill the aliens, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you're really like, they got you between a rock and a hard place, right? Your back is against the wall. The aliens are really coming for you. You've already taken double the Gorilla Max Ultra. You're in like a double, quadruple warrior mode. And you just simply don't know what to do. You need the aptitude. You need the energy. You need everything that you are possibly capable of in that moment. That's when you're reaching for a burrito or taco with carne asada or pastor.
Oh yeah. Well, you do it before you play, mostly.
Okay.
You can't do it during because then you have like burrito fingers.
Interesting. Yeah.
I wouldn't want your burrito to fall on the keyboard. I mean, that's
burrito fingers. Talk to me about burrito fingers. What does that mean?
Well, when you're holding your burrito.
Sure, yeah, I've done that.
And the sauce kind of drips out onto your plate.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting a real clear picture. Keep going.
Yeah, so it's like you could almost make another burrito with all the stuff that drops out.
That is so true. That is so true. You can make when you get one burrito, sometimes you get two burritos because of all the lettuce, the tomato, the meat, and all the other stuff that falls out.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, yeah, that's so funny. That's so funny. You should do that sounds like a joke or something. That sounds like a stand-up joke or something like that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Maybe something there. Maybe something there. You ever consider doing comedy? Real quick, we got a psychic emergency before we go any further on that thread. Psychic emergency coming in from Pepperoncini.
This is the Psychic Emergency National Alert System, also known as PNAS. We've interrupted this broadcast in cooperation with Explorer Pepperoncini to issue a psychic emergency. Cheer 300 freaking epic mealtime burrito with bacon and Jack Daniels and bacon and cheese and bacon and Jack Daniels and bacon and Big Macs and bacon and Jack Daniels and cheese and bacon and Jack Daniels and cheese and bacon and McNuggets and bacon and cheese. Yummy. Repeat. Cheer 300 freaking epic mealtime burrito with bacon and Jack Daniels and bacon and cheese and bacon and Jack Daniels and bacon and Big Macs and bacon and Jack Daniels and cheese and bacon and Jack Daniels and cheese and bacon and McNuggets and bacon and cheese. Yummy. We now continue with your normal broadcast.
Beautiful. Thanks so much. Pepperoncini with that gorgeous, absolutely beautiful psychic emergency. Raised to the level of psychic emergency. Sometimes you can have a positive emergency, right? You know, one thing I like to think of is like, you know, think of the opposite of something like, you know, something terrible, something really bad, like a stillbirth or the Holocaust. Think of the opposite of that vibes-wise, and think of how good an emergency could be. And that's really a fun thing to play with in the mind's eye as a therapist. So, so you haven't considered doing comedy, not confident that you'd be very good at it.
Yeah, I feel like people would just not get that it's a joke. So
You know, that's a very powerful position to be in, though. That's a very powerful position to be in. You know, when you're on stage and you're and I don't have as much experience with the arts, but to be on stage and to feel the expectation that a room full of people has on you, a performer, and then for you to make the deliberate choice to deprive those people. That's powerful.
Yeah,
that is power. You could be a very powerful presence. Maybe it wouldn't be funny. Maybe it would be woefully, terrible, a complete waste of time. But there's much power in that. Do you feel powerful just hearing me say this?
I do. I feel very powerful, actually.
Wow.
I can feel it through my phone.
I love that.
The program works.
I love that. I love that. Well, listen, Jin, this has been a very fun call. This has been a very fun call. I really appreciate. Now, Jin, I know you've called in before, but it's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's been a few weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Jin, I just want to thank you for making the time to share with us a little bit. Share yourself with us a little bit. I always appreciate it. I know I'm not alone, so I thank you for that.
Well, thanks for having me on your show.
Of course, Jin. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the chat before we move on tonight?
No. Fram sucks.
Good enough. Fram sucks. Namaste, Jin. Namaste. You have yourself a good night.
Yep, have a good night.
Have a good night. Say it. You gotta say namaste. Somebody time out, not Mish. She's been a real negative presence tonight. I could do whatever I want. You have not been chill. You are not chill. Do not do that. I'm just a chill girl. No, you're not. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Oh, it's Nobody Radio Underhill.
Nobody Radio Underhill. Namaste and welcome back to the program, brother. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm so glad that you're having this exploration tonight because I have absolutely no energy remaining. None. Like all reserves on empty. Even like the emergency tank is like broken. It's terrible.
Brother, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. And give me some details. I hear you because that's a bleak place to be, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. I just like sleep whenever, and like I have responsibilities, but like I'm like bare minimum. Like if nothing's gonna die, I just don't care right now. Like I take care of the birds, but it's just terrible.
Wow. No. Wow. Let's get some contextual information, right? What, off the top of your head, give me the 3 things that are most contributing to your low energy state right now. The 3 detractors from your energy levels. What are they?
Well, I started drinking again, so there's that.
There's that. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, but that's not normally like a problem, and I'm not like a huge drinker. Like I won't drink like half the day, But like,
right.
It's I don't know, just alcohol each evening drains you. But
right, even just a drink a night or a couple drinks a night, it can add up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're in great condition, I guess you probably wouldn't notice. But
then
I was
again,
trying to get back in shape, and
if you're in great condition, then you're kind of in a position to, if you're like one of these finely tuned like ultra marathon dickheads, then
not me.
You get a little drop of
yeah.
alcohol in something, you're probably like your metabolism's probably just like bucking you like a fucking horse
off your tongue.
Huh?
Yeah. I was gonna say just vaporizes off your tongue.
That's what I'm saying. Or just like shuts down your internal organs or something crazy, right?
Yeah, because it's just not a no tolerance. Yeah, I don't know, but and then like it's just trying to live life alone and stuff. But like, how do you get the energy back? Because like I used to do like way more shit than I do. I don't have the energy to explain it.
Can I have a moment to meditate on that?
Certainly, Guru. Namaste.
Namaste. I'll be right with you in just a second. Okay, I'm ready. Now,
oh shit, I fell asleep.
All right, yeah, I know, I'll bet. Now listen, I'm going to cut right to the chase with you, okay? This is a gift.
Yeah. A gift.
This is a gift. Now, what I mean by that is that you right now find yourself lower energy and you don't like it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Why? Why?
Well, there's all this crap I need to do, and people like expect me to do.
Sure. And if you don't do those things, what happens?
Well, there's some word people use for it. It begins with a C. I don't remember it, but stuff will happen that you might not like a lot. You know.
I don't know. You're being very vague. What does that mean?
That, well, like, you know, everything will suck if you don't, right?
And so how does it feel to have these things, right? These things that you might normally be able to do that you can't now. You're right, and your life it stands on a precipice.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, you're right.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
no,
You might be.
It's not good.
To become a person who has the power, ostensibly, to affect their life in a positive way, and then just can't do it.
Right. Yeah, like
this.
How terrible is the curse to know like everything you should be doing and be like incapable of all of it, or is it a blessing?
No, it's a blessing. Listen to me right now. Listen to me right now. Energy can be very good, but it kind of depends on who gets to use it, right? You give a bunch of energy. Listen. You give nuclear power to a small burgeoning country that and they pull themselves out of poverty. Good, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Then
That
you
could be
give
good.
nuclear power to one of these like a psychotic rogue nation like the nation of Israel or something, right? Bad news. Right?
Right. Yeah. No, like you don't want bad people with all the power.
Right, exactly. So
if they're bad.
Exactly. So you don't want them with the energy. Specifically, yes, power, but also energy, more specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. V equals IR and like power. Like it's all the same. Like it comes from like the earth and like we have energy and then like we use that energy to like destroy each other. And
now listen,
stuff
don't
like that.
get lost in the weeds of all that. Now, this thing that I want you to focus on is who is using the energy and for what reason. That's what makes the energy good. I want to give you the energy, but I want you to use it well. Now, give a bunch of energy to someone like Gary Vee, a demon, lost, is spiritually an enemy to my core.
Right.
Are you familiar with this man?
I'm not. Not by name.
Gary Vaynerchuk. Maybe we should do a whole night on him because they're spiritually extremely opposed to what he represents. But he's a winner, right? He's successful. He's motivational. He's inspirational. He wants people to reach for the dreams and really become something. Now that person given energy, a failure, a destruction. It is a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like...
Luminous, whatever, maybe go to bed. Maybe it's bedtime.
Like,
saying it's not my favorite,
like
so maybe it's bedtime, Luminous, whatever. Maybe it's bedtime. Maybe it's bedtime. Maybe let the adults speak, all right? Talk about not your favorite exploration. Okay.
Oh, well, it's low energy. The kids these days don't always key in unless it's,
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Now, listen. So that person is going to use energy in a destructive, spiritually toxic way. Somebody like you, though, if you have the strength to look at this version of yourself that is barely just out of the sort of metaphysical periphery, could very easily become real. Essentially, you are that person already. You just haven't gone through the motions yet.
I haven't become myself.
Brother, what I'm telling you right now is explore the feelings of being inadequate. Explore the feelings of being low energy. Explore the feelings of being a loser whose life might fall apart. This is the fertile ground. This is the gift. Communal vision real quick from Nigel Pennyweather. Caller, food-grade bull semen will change your life.
Right. I mean, I don't know if I can afford that, but
Sounds expensive, yeah.
What
Nigel, what kind of prices we got on that? Nigel, chime in for me. What kind of prices are we looking at? What's that looking like in bulk? I'll even say in bulk. Well, listen, I think this is a gift. I think don't run from it. Don't run from this inadequate version of yourself. Look at it in the face and explore. Allow it to defeat you. Allow it to take up space. So when you do get your energy back, you will have much more insight, much more perspective, and ultimately, having exercised the program, you will find yourself with more energy and more freedom to boot.
So you're saying I should just like ride the wave and like, and like you don't, like maybe you don't like know how, like when something's good if nothing ever sucks.
Exactly.
Is that kind of what you're saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like really, if you're feeling shitty, make it worse. Maybe 4 drinks a night.
Right.
Maybe 5.
Right. And then like
maybe one at lunch.
And then if you can manage to stop drinking for a day or two, you'll feel like so much better.
You're onto something. You're reminding me of It All Costs Money. He's doing something similar, but you listen. I love it. I love it. I love your spirit, and don't let it get better yet. All right, ride this negativity. I think it's going to be really, really important for you.
Thanks so much, Guru.
Of course. Namaste.
Namaste.
60 per fluid ounce, low end. Interesting. Thanks, Nigel. Thanks so much, Nige. Guys, let me take this little moment, remind you, we're going to be streaming tomorrow night. Yes, we are. And what are we doing tomorrow night? Infatuations with Leslie Tanner. Infatuations with Leslie Tanner. Let's see if I can get that little breakup. Wrong one. Wrong one totally. Not the right one. But tomorrow night, guys, with Explorations with Leslie Tanner, we're having a very special night. Our pretty much monthly Infatuations with Leslie Tanner. Caller, one moment. Infatuations with Leslie Tanner, a live dating game show, competitive dating game show featuring you all as contestants. Guys, listen, if you head on over to the Discord, I'll drop a link for how you can sign up and reserve your spot if you know you want to be a contestant. But if you are unsure, just show up. Hang out. We'll be taking walk-ins as much as we possibly can fit them in. And lately, guys, walk-ins have been no problem. We'll fill you in. We'll fit you in. It'll be a real fun night. That I guarantee. And guys, to boot on that, Christ United Mission rating with 111 viewers. Holy moly, namaste. Huge raid coming in from Christ United Mission. Namaste. Blessings and welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Raid, welcome to the program, the final program that you will ever need, the most effective personal power program that has ever existed. Tonight, we're exploring how to find the energy to become. Let me say that one more time. Tonight, we are exploring how to find the energy to become. What does that mean? What does that mean to you? Does that sound good? You want a little bit more energy? How about the energy to become? You've got everything you need inside of you right now to become the most powerful thing you could possibly, you unleash. I'm here to unlock and unleash the power within. I am here to unlock and unleash a power that you possess all along and you've known it. You've known it, but you've been afraid of it. You've been afraid of becoming. Well, here I am offering you the tools to become. But a common question I get is, Leslie, I finish work, I put the kids to bed, I do a little bit of emails, and I just don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to do it, damn near anything, let alone become. Well, listen, I am here solving that problem for you tonight here on Explorations live on Twitch, live on YouTube. Call me up, 708-240-8953. Raiders, welcome on in. Namaste. Also, Christ United Mission, tell me what the quality of this stream was that you brought over here. Because sometimes I get the vibe that it is poor, that you end on a very sour note with your community, and what I feel like you do is you bring them here and you're kind of just like, let me drop the shitty little kids off at the babysitters, which I'm happy to receive, but I do need to know. I do need to know whether that's happening or not, because then I can retool my mind and heart for that kind of energy. It's very, very important for me to know that. Did you just drop your shitty little kids off at the babysitter? Please talk to me right now. What was the stream like? Was it bad? I'm thinking it might have been bad if you did this tonight, because you come to me when it's bad. Final Gravity gifting 5 subs. Brutally generous. Brutally generous. Wow. Final Gravity, namaste to you. Extremely generous. I really appreciate that. Definitely going directly into the compound fund, which is going to fund hopefully some new equipment because my shit's falling apart. It is. It's falling apart. It's not looking good. I keep having really critical issues with my camera and converters. And yeah, we're going to need some new stuff. Namaste. They say I'm an unlicensed proctologist, so I was mad and shut that shit down. Well, there you go. There you go. So I was right. I was right. Duncan did it, gifting a sub to Christ United Mission. Namaste, Duncan. Namaste and thank you. Please enjoy that, Christ United Mission. Yeah, okay, I get it. I get where you're coming from, Christ United Mission, and I appreciate you letting me know, and I appreciate you bringing them to me because I'm going to be able to handle this. Don't you worry, all right? You get tired, you need to go to bed, you need to go get a little snack, you go ahead and do that. Let Daddy take care of it. Let Daddy take care of the vibe because you've done enough. You've done enough. I understand the position that you were in tonight, having the chat turn on you, having the chat ready to fucking kill you, having the chat point guns at you. They see you in a position of power. They accept you as a leader, but then all of a sudden they see something in you that reminds you of their dad, right? Their mommy or daddy. Maybe their mommy didn't wipe their little butt enough. Maybe their daddy didn't give them a little hug on the baseball field. Whatever that is, maybe you coughed a little bit, and all of a sudden they smell blood in the water like a bunch of fucking sharks. Like a bunch of rapist sharks. Imagine that. Imagine that for a moment. Rapist sharks? That's terrifying. Namaste. Let's go ahead and get to this caller. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. We got a quick guided meditation, so I'm going to put you on hold one more time. I'll be right back. Today. Tomorrow. Day after. Is the future even real? Ponder to yourself. Washing your hands for the 17th time. Try to understand what's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? Can I wash away the filth that makes me wash my hands truly? Can I control today, tomorrow, the next day? You look at a picture of your dead son. He smiles in the picture, but he frowns when he's gone. You remember his little face poking out of the back of the car, saying, "Daddy, help me. Daddy, help me." Snap back to your hands, there's blood coming out of the faucet. So much blood. So much warm blood. All right. And that call dropped. If you want to call back, caller, that was for Nigel Pennyweather, ordering a guided meditation. It's been a while since somebody ordered a guided meditation. Namaste to Nigel Pennyweather. Namaste to Nigel Pennyweather for giving us all the gift of a guided meditation. It's been a while. It's been a while. Feels really good. That felt really good. That felt really good. Really super good. Namaste. 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the country, exploring how to find the energy to become. I'm Robert Cobb. Quick affirmation for the theys. Listen, stop going to the gym. You're off the map. You can do whatever. Let's do one more. Let's do a 2-for-1. 2-for-1 for the theys tonight. Just for the rest of the stream, 2-for-1 for theys. Listen, rat tails look good on you, particularly. There's so much freedom that you have. And 3-for-1. I'm feeling good about the days right now. Let's keep going. Okay, maybe that third. Let's do 2-for-1. The 3-for-1 was a little much, I think. 3-for-1 was a little much. Let's stick with Let's stick with the 2 for 1. 3 for 1 is a little much. 3 for 1 is a little much. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Amelia.
Amelia, namaste and welcome back to the program, hon. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. I was waited online for a long time here, for probably 5+ minutes. But I'm introducing a friend to the program today, and so I decided to call in while they popped it on.
Oh, well, how wonderful. Guys, Amelia's bringing a new person, IRL, spreading the word of Explorations to someone uninitiated. So listen, chat, listen. Be on your best behavior, okay? You
my
guys
friend is
straighten up and fly
We're
right.
watching it.
What was that, Amelia? Sorry.
My friend's
Not sorry.
online. We were just in a call and we were watching the stream together.
Is your friend with you, or are you communicating through the digital sphere?
Digital sphere. We're watching it together.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So listen, send my best to your friend. They're watching right now?
Yes, they are.
Beautiful. Well, listen, friend, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. A friend of Amelia's is a friend of ours. we are cherishing your presence here tonight. Explorations, real quick rundown, is the most effective personal power program in the country, bar none. And I'm sure you've watched a little bit of that play out, but I'm very excited to have you. Amelia, how are you tonight, though, Amelia?
I'm doing all right. I've been pretty. It's been pretty boring lately. Just kind of been lazy. Been kind of
lazy. Well, you know what? Tonight, there's something about that. There's something in the air tonight. The vibe tonight has been a little low. The vibe tonight's been a little low energy. But, I celebrate it still. I'm here, electric and on fire.
I'm trying. Your energy is reflecting back on me. I'm getting more excited as we keep going here.
I can feel it.
The program gets me very excited.
I can feel the feedback loop that we're assembling right now, Amelia. Now, Amelia, funnily enough, we are exploring how to find the energy to become. How to find the energy to become. Now, you've been around the program a little bit. You've experienced, the light that it can unleash upon your life.
Definitely.
And you've been through the ups and downs with it too. You get that little honeymoon phase at the beginning. Once it clicks, then after a while, it's kind of okay. I've been there. I've seen it. I'm ready for the new wave. Eventually, new wave comes. It comes and goes. So, someone in your position, having experienced those ups and downs, I'd like you to speak to some of the people in chat right now. Is Rubius your friend?
Yes.
Okay, so Rubius. So, Amelia, I would like you to speak to, maybe think of Rubius in your mind's eye, but I want you to address some of the newer people in the chat. Exactly. How have you found the energy to become? Because at first it's easy, right? But then that's when you really got to get to work.
Yeah, so the honeymoon phase is a beautiful phase, and I don't think that we should diminish that just because, it's only like an initial starting period that you really feel that intense oneness with the program, especially. And then there is the sort of backslide. And the thing that has over time I've learned has helped me from backsliding and sort of unbecoming is reminding myself that it's really my fault. It's my fault for not following the program as well as I did at the very start. It's my fault for not adhering to the program and to the lessons and to the knowledge and the light that I have been shown every second. And I tell myself that, and I snap myself out of the state. Once enough time comes, when there's when I see a glimmer, you grab onto it.
Sure.
And you give yourself a reminder, and that helps me. That helps me become.
Wow. So, first of all, it's about accepting that backslide, right? So, would you say the backslide is a normal part of the program?
Yes, because we are not all perfect. not at the start.
Yeah, no. There's no that. Yeah, and Lord, if you meet a perfect person, if you find a perfect person, just kill them, shoot them in the face, kill them.
Namaste.
Do not accept that into your life, into your presence. Most likely, they're one of these jackals and rapists that we speak about so frequently. But also, in addition to that, like if it truly is a perfect person, Lord, that you're talking about, we're talking end times business.
It's probably inhuman at that point. Yeah, to minimize the risk to the world and timeline, it is definitely best to kill on sight.
Wow. So listen, what stage would you say Rubius is in right now, most likely?
I think Rubius is at like the very, very start, just before the honeymoon phase, sort of feeling their soul slowly be opened as he's watching this program today.
Yeah, I always have to say too, because there's that initial stage. It's sort of like it's like you smell bread a little bit. Oh, like if you walk into a plate, you're like, what's that smell? It smells nice. What's going on here? And you're not sure what's going on. And you keep looking at it, you keep checking it out, and you realize exactly what it is the more you hang out, the more you hang out, and you see the magic happen. You see the lives being transformed all over chat, all over Twitch, all over YouTube, all over the Discord, and what have you. So listen, I'm very excited for Rubius, and really, first day of the rest of your life, I must say. Rubius.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of potential. I'm gotten to know him more recently, in the past few days. And I think putting him on this program is going to be, the right step for his life and our friendship. I think it can make it stronger.
So you've only known each other a couple days?
Well, really, yeah.
And how did you meet? How did you come across each other?
You see, I have my own Discord server that they joined.
What was that?
I have my own Discord server, and they joined it.
Oh, so they're hanging out at the Discord server, connecting, sharing, meeting, growing with one another, growing into each other like this. Your sort of journeys becoming one. And then you know what? Let me introduce you to somebody, my friend Leslie. And that's what you said next, and here he is.
Yeah, tonight, he was watching some Twitch, and I saw he was just watching some of these, more, vapid gaming streamers. And I was like, let me show you what Twitch really can be. What Twitch can do for you and your life. What's a program that will help you.
Wow. If only we all had a little piece of your gumption, a little piece of your willingness to share what you see on the screen. Amelia, this is really you changed somebody's life tonight. You changed somebody's life.
I hope so. I'm trying my best to spread the word to various people I know. I've tried to introduce multiple people to the program in the past.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it sticks and sometimes it doesn't, right? We've got that one guy that we converted gay a couple months ago, and he's in and out. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not. Sometimes he's crying about how the program and I have ruined his life, and then other times he's very thankful, right? Very thankful.
I feel that, and we all go through these stages, maybe the less extremes, but it's very normal, And sometimes, with the people who it doesn't stick at all, you just nudge them every once in a while, to say, hey, remember this? Maybe take another look at it today.
Look at that. Now, hopefully, guys, I know there's a lot of new people in the chat right now. Hopefully you're taking notes. I hear Trump is going to ban the surgery where you get a rib removed to suck your own dick, and they're going to make Marilyn Manson get his shit fixed, and he might even have to add a chastity rib. And that's from a communal vision from Fram. Any response, Amelia?
Wow. That would be a terrible tragedy if that were to happen, I will say.
Right. It would be.
Every person should have the right to suck their own dick.
I mean, the bodies would start piling up. Did you know, Amelia, a little piece of lore, so to speak, that we have a moderator in our ranks that actually slipped a disc essentially broke his back trying to suck his own dick.
Wow. Did he get to do it?
That's a good question.
Like, was it worth it?
Is he around? Let's find out. Is he around? Let me look. Hold on.
What kind of positioning was he in to?
Just the only position. I would imagine he's like going, turning around and looking at it, or like going around that way or something.
I mean, I usually imagine it when someone would be like on a surface like a bed or something. Like this dude must have been standing up and like just bending down.
You know, like we've got this cat that cleans itself like that. It's sort of just like hunched over, and it's like her stomach kind of gets wide and fat and like it's so weird, and her legs are like splayed out. That's the only position I can imagine someone sucking their own cock. Maybe if they're like they're going back, and they like go like, you know, like if all their weight's on their like lower neck and shoulders.
There's two that I can think of, right? Which is like you like lay down and then you like try to bend your like back up and then down, or you stand up and you're trying to like bend your back all the way down and then like back like through your leg, which is how I imagine the only way that you could slip a disc by doing it is.
I think he was just going like this. He was just like this is the front. This is where the face goes. I don't know if you can see the screen, but it's like that. I'm pretty sure.
It's a little delayed. I'm waiting.
You'll see. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
no. Money Tits is here. Money Tits. Is Money Tits around? Is Money Tits away from the computer? Or Hosloth? Did JJ get even the tip?
Yeah, like, or just like any pleasure from it, like anything, like.
Or even just like a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, exactly. Is it any easier to do it now that the disc is flipped?
Like he took the injury and just like Carrie Strugged it, just like I've got to do it for my country. I've got to land a triple axle off the parallel beam.
And I think, you know, and I think this is a good note that I think the program can help, you know, awaken, you know, a fulfillment in every portion of people's lives, including their sexuality. You know, if they want to try to suck their own dick, I think the program can help them with that.
Right. Beautiful. JJ should, he should basically teach a whole class in that. Once we get the compound going, he'll get it. I'll make a schedule for him. Have several, you know, sink a lot of money. I'll sink a lot of money into that. I'll sink a lot of money into that course. Well, yeah, wow. Well,
I would too.
Yeah, I know. I really appreciate that. We'll definitely be getting the syllabus out to you and Rubyist and anyone that might be interested. Anyone that might be interested. Yeah, a self-suck course, as Mish put it. Namaste. Really good. That was a real succinct way to put it. Thanks, Mish.
That could be revolutionary.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, listen, Amelia, this has been a beautiful call, and I'm so glad that you called in. And again, thank you so much for introducing me to your friend Rubyist.
Of course, and thank you for running this program and doing what you do.
Of course,
thank you for giving me something to help show my friends, you know, the way.
It's my pleasure. It's the pleasure of my life to be able to do this and be of use. You know, providing these simple yet profound tools by which to transform your life to someone like you or your friend or anyone else. Anyone else is truly the pleasure of my life, and I thank you for allowing me to do this.
Namaste.
Namaste. Wow. What a call to end on. Beautiful call to end on. Namaste, everybody. What a gorgeous evening, guys. If you liked what you see on the screen, if you've had some fun, but you realize that this is about something a little more than fun, that this can really be something that changes the tide of my life, that allows me to transform myself and to become that which I've known I could become, That is what I am guaranteeing. If that sounds good to you, smash follow right now. Smash that follow button right now and get into this program. Get into it, and then you will get something out of it. I promise you. This is just the beginning. We've seen testimonial after testimonial. We've listened to the stories of each of these tools providing a sort of direction, a sort of means of transformation. And I weep after every stream. I weep after every stream, knowing that there's so many dark corners of the internet. There's so many people uninitiated to that which we do here at Explorations, that they can change their life. They can turn it around. They can unleash the true power of I want to tell them about the next level. I want to tell them about the simple yet profound tools of Explorations. Guys, if this is you, hit that follow button. Do not turn away. Do not turn away from what could have been. Do not take advantage of this. Snatch that opportunity out of the air and let the program work for you. That's all I ask, is give us a chance. Give us a chance. Give me a chance. Give these tools a chance in your life. Namaste. Blessings to everyone being with us this late, guys. It's sleepy hours, right? It's sleepy. You stayed up late with me. We got a late start because of some tech issues, but we got into it. I want to thank you all for being here. I genuinely thank every single one of you. Twitch and YouTube, thank you so much. Salalem, blessings. Nigel, Underhill, Not Mish, Pepperoncini, Sociopathogen, Hendershot, Tree Brain, Joan Spoon. Namaste, guys. Welcome and thank you. Thank you so much. Also, I want to thank my moderation team, as always, holding it down in a way that is truly remarkable. You cannot find a sharper group of individuals in any other Twitch stream on this platform or YouTube stream. Certainly not YouTube. What the fuck are they even doing on YouTube, right? It's like being at a fucking flea market. Community of devoted light. Community of devoted light. My inner circle. My community of devoted light at patreon.com. All taking advantage of the advanced and exclusive materials. A library of podcasts, videos, monthly postcards, music downloads, VHS tapes, prints, etc., etc. Guys, all of it can be found at the community of devoted light at patreon.com. If that sounds good to you, type !final journey into the chat right now to find out how you, for just a couple bucks a month, can ascend into my inner circle, where I can give you specialized instructions and help you get your life to the next level. Well, guys, beautiful stream tonight. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much, Underhill, for pulling that up. God damn it. I got to put your name on here, Underhill, by the way. Underhill, your name's not here, and it should be. I noticed that earlier, and it slipped my mind. But know that I know it. Blessings. Let's see who's streaming still. Yeah, YouTube is like a home goods. YouTube is like home goods after the resale girlies rummage it. Fisk and Ellie Benelli. Raid Fisk. It'll be Fisk is going, but also Ellie Benelli's going. Fisk talked so much shit. It's Fisk Mummy 2, right? I just want to make sure I don't send you guys into a brick wall. Where is Fisk? Do I not follow Fisk? Whatever. Fisk Mummy 2. All right, let's go raid Fisk Mummy 2. Even though Fisk talked a lot of shit tonight, it was very disrespectful. Fisk was very disrespectful. So, guys, please, when you pop in there, let them know that this is very generous and benevolent of me to do. Heading on over to Fisk Mummy 2. Fisk Mummy 2. Namaste. Guys, we'll be back. Remember, tomorrow night, before this raid goes, tomorrow night, Infatuations with Leslie Tanner, I'm about to put an announcement. on the Discord. Infatuations with Leslie Tanner tomorrow night. I will post on the Discord. Get in that damn Discord and get on on Infatuations. Remember, the winner's walking out with a VHS tape. I will be sending them a VHS tape in the mail, okay? Know that. Know that I'll be sending them a VHS tape, official exploration materials in the mail. I'm just getting over to Fisk's stream before I raid because I want to know what goes on. Okay, there we go. Guys, see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste. YouTube. Guys, come hang out for Infatuations tomorrow. If you guys want to join in, I will send you a tape if you win. Try it. It's really fun. I'll see you tomorrow.